So a lot of news today. We'll get right into it. Let's hop into the news. First off, there are four new Big 12 teams after Texas and Oklahoma are leaving in the college football world. Two coaching hires in the NFL, and of course, today we are going to predict the SEC games for today and tomorrow. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date on all sports information. Sorry about yesterday's video. Couldn't get a video out. I was busy. But quick reactions to the NFC Championship game. Obviously, the Eagles looked tremendously great. I thought the Niners were going to beat them. I didn't think the Eagles were going to look that good. But my apologies, Eagles fans. And the Chiefs absolutely did not deserve. They deserved to win the game, but did not deserve to win the game the way that they won the game. I will put it that way. NFL needs to get it together, and officiating as well. But other than that, those are my quick reactions to the NFC Championship games. Go Chiefs this weekend. Hopefully the Chiefs will pull it off. I'm pulling for the Chiefs. Alright, so guys, today we are going to obviously predict the NFL, the college basketball, the SEC games this week as it is SEC play. It's starting to heat up. Conference play is in midseason. But four new Big 12 teams are coming in. Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, and BYU will all be added to the Big 12, and they will replace Texas and Oklahoma as well when they leave next year to move to the SEC. That's a huge move for the Big 12. Obviously, some of them are really good. The basketball, Houston is ranked number 3, they're ranked in the top 10. UCF is always average in football. They're pretty good at football, usually better at basketball as well. I don't know about BYU, but Cincinnati also made the playoffs that week and that year, a couple years ago, and Cincinnati is usually decent in basketball as well. So, congrats on the Big 12 on your new 4 teams coming into this year. Hopefully, it will be a good year for you guys as well. Moving on to NFL news. Obviously, some breaking news that have just came out pretty much less than an hour ago, just now. Texans hired DeMarco Ryans as their head coach. He was the offensive coordinator for the 49ers, and obviously he used to coach Houston as well. He was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, not the offensive coordinator, and he used to coach for Houston as well. He will be the new head coach in Houston. Houston does have a coach to replace the old guy, and I forgot his name. I don't even want to know his name, really. But they have gotten Ryans to coach the Houston Texans. That's step 1. Step 2 and 3, you need to be getting a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a running back out of this year's draft so they can build up on next year as well. Moving on to the next piece of news, Sean Payton has officially become the Broncos head coach. It is reported that the Saints will be getting a 2023 first-round pick, number 30th in the draft. That's San Francisco's pick to Denver. Now it's going to be the Saints' pick as well. And they're going to get a 2024 second-round pick as well. So, congratulations, Denver. Enjoy Sean Payton while you can. He was a heck of a coach for New Orleans, and I hope he will do the same to Denver as he will build that franchise and coach Russ with great passion, unlike Nathaniel Hackett this year. Which, by the way, Nathaniel Hackett has been signed to a coordinator. Alright, that is all the NFL and college football news. Let's hop right in to this week's SEC games. With the first game of the week is South Carolina tonight hosting Mississippi State. It's going to be a great back-and-forth battle. Obviously, State's been coming along. They've been keeping up with everything. But I expect State to go on the road and beat South Carolina this week just because it is Mississippi State. They will find a way to win this week. Moving on is Arkansas and Texas A&M. I believe Arkansas is going to whop Texas A&M. Obviously, Texas A&M beat up my Auburn Tigers this last week. But I expect Arkansas to prove to obviously the NCAA that they are the better team, and to prove that that resume that they have, they can beat some good teams in the SEC. I believe Arkansas wins tonight at home against a struggling Texas A&M team other than Auburn. Moving on to the upset game, I'm calling it here. Vanderbilt is going into Coleman Coliseum and is going to beat the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yes, you heard that right. I expect Alabama to lose this game. Obviously, they're coming off of that 24-point loss on the road at Oklahoma last week in the Big 12 Challenge. But I do expect Alabama to fully lose this game. It's going to be close. It's going to be a back-and-forth battle. Vandy did lose the first match, but I expect them to win this matchup this week, tonight, and go on the road and defeat out an Alabama team who is currently struggling and will continue to struggle this week. Moving on to the final game of the day, the primetime game. 8 o'clock ESPN. I don't know what else is on ESPN right now, but Kentucky is going into Ole Miss, and I fully expect Kentucky to win this game. Ole Miss is struggling. They always struggle in conference play. And Kentucky's struggling too, but don't get me wrong, but they did almost beat Kansas this week, and they got a win this week as well, this past week, and I expect them to get the win on the road against Ole Miss. Just play your brand of basketball if you're Kentucky. That should be the game plan for Kentucky. Obviously, it worked pretty good against Kansas, but they didn't beat them. I expect Kentucky to win this game as well. Moving on to the games tomorrow. There are 3 games tomorrow. We're going to go through 2 ranked games, but the 3 SEC games, the first one is going to be Tennessee going into the Florida Gators home. I believe that Tennessee is going to keep winning and keep surging. They're going to blow out Florida at home. It's going to be an embarrassing loss for Florida. I expect Tennessee to fully win this game as well. Moving on, we got your revenge game for my Auburn Tigers. They are hosting the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, obviously, we couldn't shoot on the road at all against Georgia last time we played them. But this time, hopefully it will be different after that loss against West Virginia. We'll be back in that winning groove. We will get back to winning. And, yeah, I just hope that it will be a completely different team than what we saw last month against Georgia as well. Or at the beginning of the month, I should say. Auburn will defeat Georgia at home. They are ranked 25th in the country. We need to get back on winning track, stay in the AP poll as well, keep that streak alive. I believe Auburn and Tennessee both come out on top on Wednesday as well. One more game, let's predict it. Moving on, the final game of the week, it is the Missouri Tigers and the LSU Tigers. Battle of the Tigers, I guess you would say. But I fully expect Missouri to beat LSU. LSU, they've been struggling just like all the SEC teams have recently. And Missouri has been surging. They won their Big 12 Challenge game, shockingly. But Missouri has been surging, and I expect them to win this game at home against LSU. It's just coming for them. I expect Missouri to beat LSU at home. Alright guys, that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know what you thought of the picks in the comments down below, and the coaching hires in the comments down below as well. Do you think it's a good move for Denver, a good move for Houston as well? Let me know all of that in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn that bell on. We do post every single day. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.